up, slackers? I don't know. I think it froze or something. Trying to see if it's live. Let me know when you guys see. I'm pretty sure I went live. Don't know. Let me know. I'm not seeing anything. Looks like the intro got screwed. Oh, what's going on? We'll wait for a couple minutes. Yeah, it looks like it took forever to go. I don't know what's going on. It looks like my intro is screwed for some reason, so who knows? So what's going on? Time for my Red Bull. I'm tired. Let me know how audio is, music, slackers. What's up, broskies? What's going on? So what are you guys up to today? What's going on? Oh, yeah, something went wrong with the intro. I am living. Storm didn't get me down. Thanks, Renee, for the donation. Yeah, the beard's going good. Gotta love it. It's hot as hell here now today, too, so. Oh, man, so what's going on? I don't know if you guys can see. Well, not right here. I'll have to switch views. Let's see if we can go views and see if this one works. Oh, there it is. I think we're going to have to move this around a little bit. Oh, so what's going on? You guys hear the audio good? Because the audio seems a little bit weird. I'm getting some weird strange string current bit rates. You guys let me know. Because that way we can start. Get it going. How's the music? Too high? Too low? Ooh, dealer sucks. Bum, bum, bum. How's the weather? It's actually beautiful outside. I wish I could like show. But it's sunny. It's golden. B-die. Nice. Alright, you guys almost ready? I hope Linus and Jay-Z are taking... I think it's more Mr. Steven and Jay. Those slackers. So, you guys can see here. Let me try to move this over a little bit. I'm trying to work with what I have. I was rushing to get everything going today because it was kind of messy. I was supposed to take a trip the other day up to Steve's and it was pretty shitty. So that I had to cancel. So I think we're going to do Gamers Nexus maybe this weekend. Or no, sorry, next weekend. I keep on thinking it's basically, I don't know. What is today? Thursday? Slacker day? Got audio and can't hear music? Really? You guys can't hear music? It's probably good because that song sucks. Let's see what's going on. Maybe I could turn the music up, see if it's louder. You guys let me know. And we'll get started. Let's see. Cool down to 97. Yeah, it must be like 93 here. It's pretty hot. Hi, Joseph. Where's my shirt? I know, I haven't sent him out. That's me slacking for real. Jay doesn't like me. See, nobody likes you anymore, Andreas. Alright, so let's get down to it. You guys can see, this is the new shiny Kingpin. Oh, man. Is this thing not sexy or what, dude? It's probably definitely the nicest looking 2080 Ti I've seen. By far. I mean, come on. Look at this. You get an AIO, and this AIO is pretty badass, actually. I was actually quite surprised. It's super, like, there's no, like, you can't hear anything coming from it when you're benching it, too. It's kind of crazy. This one, I don't know, I might have hit the silicon lottery because it was doing 2260 in Port Royal, so that's actually way better than my other card, so it can be pretty cool. So I'm pretty stoked that this card can do something, but I haven't even replaced, usually what I do is I replace the paste, and I haven't even replaced the paste on this one, so for it to be doing 2260, like right off the bat, it's pretty awesome. So what I think we're gonna do today is I need to send basically I need to take it all apart and basically go through, repaste it, insulate it. I don't know. We're just gonna go through and I'm just gonna tear this thing apart. I'm just gonna rip it apart. Just pull the full TECHODIN on it, and I don't know. I don't want to ruin it, but what fun is that, right? So I think what we're gonna do. Let me see what kind of tools I have here. I got too much beard goo and get on the hands. That sounds terrible, actually. All right, so let's get into it. I was hearing some rumors. So you guys know, just to be clear on this, on the Kingpin, right? I hear there's some rumors going around that they're not as good as other cards and all this stuff. That's not true. These cars are all binned from the factory. Other so-called competitors, basically, I'm not sure they're actually binning their cards. So what you're getting when you basically get a Kingpin is you're basically getting a bin card from the factory. So they're not gonna be all the most badass cards there, but you're gonna have a guaranteed level of overclock. So I think most cards do like 2190 or close to 2190. So it's pretty damn pretty damn badassness, stuff like that. I don't know. But anyways, so I don't know. I'm gonna clear up those rumors and basically this puppy will do 2260 on Port Royal. I was actually so surprised. Like I started comparing my efficiency scores. So usually when I test stuff, I pre-test it, see how it goes. And then when I was looking at my pretest, and I was like, oh, sorry. Yeah, when I was pretesting, I saw my score, and I was like, holy shit, that's high. And I thought maybe there was bugged or something like that. And then I started going in. I didn't realize that I was actually clocking as high as I thought. I'm so used to on liquid nitrogen when the boost clock, like, so if you do plus 120 or plus 125 on a liquid nitrogen cooled card, the boost clock changes. So plus 125 when you're at minus 50 degrees Celsius is different than you're at plus 125 on, and I didn't realize I was basically benching about 2260, which is crazy. So I don't know, I'm really excited, and I just want to kind of break into it because I want to get this puppy on liquid nitrogen, dude. It's killing me, absolutely killing me. I haven't been able to do anything because I got to take it apart. So I figure, what's the best time? I just might as well take it apart for you guys and do a stream on it too. So oh, what kind of comments we got here? My gigabyte does 2175 maxed. That's still not bad. 2175 is nothing to scoff at. This is, I mean, 2260. I was like, holy shit. I got so excited that like I had to rerun it. So, but what else? So I don't know. I think somebody asked me what paste I use. For GPU benching, I'm always using KPX Blue. I do and sometimes use the Grizzly stuff too, but on GPU, I'm to be honest, I think the best paste is the KPX. It's my favorite when it comes to GPU. So, but I use them all, to be honest. So, but anyways, yeah, there's no hurricane. Maybe there's gonna be a hurricane if I break this. I don't know, this KP. That's about the only hurricane that I'm getting. What does it say? The memory filtering on the KP is insane. Honestly, it makes me salivate. Ooh, better not get too close to the screen there, broski. Oh, what is this? So I can do mine sometime. Oh, so someone's happy that I'm actually doing this, huh? Alright, so I'm always slacking. You guys are crazy. AKA Smurf Blood. AKA Smurf I don't know. YouTube might censor me on that, so trying to keep it down. It's kind of funny. Alright, so let's just like start taking this thing apart. So, to be honest, it looks really intimidating, but I don't think it's that bad. To be honest, I don't think I even actually took one of these apart. So we're pretty much gonna, yes, 2260. Listen, so this card has not been touched. So all I did was pop it into the system and basically just run it. So basically I read it just like this. No pace change or anything. So it was doing 2260. And this is completely random retail. This is just one they sent me. They didn't say, oh, let's take the badass ones and give it to them. So, no. How's the mouse on the mod mat? Dude, awesome. I use it all the time. It's a little bit stickier than most, but That's cool for me, though. Man, that just sounded really bad, didn't it? Yeah, but I use it as a mouse pad sometimes, and then I don't know. If you want to use it as a mouse pad, go right ahead. I use it. I have no issues. But if you're like very, very sensitive when it comes to that stuff, then go for it. Joe, the YouTube Kelly. Screw you. Either way, say it. I'm just saying it anyway. The Hello Kitty YouTubers have struck again. So, but anyway, so let's kind of, I guess we can go over the card a little bit. Kind of show it off a little bit because this is complete hardware porn right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple things that are neat about it. Now, you guys can go, if you guys want to do a little bit more research yourself, you guys can go to xdevs.com and you can find out guides that are put out by EVGA. Well, it's tin from EVGA. So I highly recommend doing that if you want to kind of find out some cool stuff. Because it's pretty cool. Oh, why is it sticky, Joe? I knew someone was going to come up with that. Oh, look at that. Papa Bearded, finally. I could catch the stream. Well, I'm glad you're here, Slacker, that you could finally come. No voltage change, nothing straight out of the box. You see what it does to your system, you'll love it. No voltages, adjustments, nothing crazy. 20. No, I think I adjusted the voltage a little bit. Now, I don't remember what it was because I did it like a week and a half ago, and this whole hurricane just screwed me like royally. It's probably good that we didn't get anything, but we had to prep and prepare. Like, I have a bunch of toys I gotta protect, and it just happened to be that I'm moving and finish off moving, so it kind of like sucked, to be honest, for how much we were doing. So I had to put off, actually, I wanted to do this last week, but I just wasn't able to do it. I ended up I packed, and then I had to unpack, and still stuff's all over the place. So, but anyway, so 2260 is with a little bit of fidgeting, I guess you could say. The utility that I use to overclock this is basically the tool. It's called the classified controller. Again, on xdevs.com. If you guys don't go to xdevs and read this, I'm going to be very disappointed because on xdevs is where they explain all of this stuff. What's up, Adam? Slacker. But yeah, so let's go over a couple things. So all I didn't mess with any of these voltage bumps right here. Usually this is the bump voltage, so like a lot of the times Vince uses this for like say 4-way. So you got a couple cards and you have one card where it likes a little bit more voltage. So what you do is, well, the problem is my hands are too damn big. I can't really touch this thing. Like, I mean, look at that. So you gotta kind of move and adjust these, and it gives you a little bit of voltage room. That way you don't have to go in and kind of try to mess everything up. How well does the EVBot work? Well, that's another thing. So instead of using the classified controller, you can actually use the EVBot. And I actually have an EVBot, but I haven't been really using it because you really don't need it anymore. It's nice sometimes, but usually I don't really necessarily need it. So you could pretty much go 100% classified controller, just the software, and totally be able to bench and with no problem. So, but it's good. Yes, I didn't miss it. Woohoo! About time, dude. You gotta quit slacking. You can't miss my streams, bro. Can't miss the streams every Thursday. Except for like 2 weeks ago when I killed the KP card when I was really sad. A little piece of me died that day. But that's okay, because we got another one here. So, but yeah. So you'll see some other things too. Like, I don't know. I don't know if you see this on Galaxy card, but. So, let's see, the autofocus on this GoPro sucks. It's probably just as good as the GH5 if you ask me. Let me see. So, what you'll see right here, I'm trying to give it so that way it's halfway decent. So, you'll see right here, this is the BIOS switch. So, what's cool about the KPs is they actually give you 3 BIOS options, right? So, you have your normal standard one, you have your OC one, which is the second one, and then you have the LN2 one. Now, I want to be very clear in this. Do not use the LN2 BIOS switch unless you're on liquid nitrogen. And here's why. The LN2 BIOS has no temp protection. And if you watch Gamers Nexus, which most of you guys probably do, Tin basically showed you what happens when you do use LN2 mode. And basically, don't use LN2 mode, because if you don't have your proper cooling, it will pop the top on your chip, and you can't fix that. So if you guys are going to bench anything on pretty much on the Stock AIO, or you're going to put a water block on it, make sure you stay in the middle one. We call that the OC one. So on the OC one is what I benched 2260 with. And the only way you can pretty much bench with the 2260 is to have some type of power, right? Because on these, I don't know, with GPU boost and everything, the way they do power nowadays, it's just a little bit, I don't know. They get a little bit too funky with that. They don't give you enough headroom. So with this OC option, you basically get a little bit of headroom, so that way you can bench it much higher. So, so what we got here? What NVIDIA driver were you using to overclock? That's a good point. I want to say that I didn't change anything. I didn't install a new driver when I was benching. So basically, it's the same driver that I was using in the live streams when I was benching it, when the card died itself too. So that's pretty much. So if you want to go look up on the old stream, I don't remember offhand. So let's see. Let's go over a little piece of all of us died when the yes, I know it happens though. I've killed so much stuff over the years, man. When you're doing extreme stuff like this all the time, it's bound to happen. So that. I guess we can get into that conversation too. So what maybe killed it? I have a feeling that maybe not enough Vaseline was on there. To be honest, usually I don't really like using Vaseline all that much. It's kind of, I just hate getting it on my skin. Like it just happens to get everywhere. Like everywhere. Like I always find it, like it just, I just can't stand it. Like I always have to be wiping my hands and shit. I'd rather have beard goo than Vaseline all over me. But whatever. That, again, sounds terrible. But anyways, so, yeah, we're going to end up doing what's called LET, or otherwise called liquid electrical tape. So we'll end up doing a little bit here, because I don't see any need to just change paste and rebench. I think it's a badass either way. So I think we're just going to end up going right to insulation after we remove it. So, let's take a couple more questions. Did you hear the rumor 3950X may release on the 7th or 9th? I don't know, is it 7th of November or is that 7th of September? Who knows? I would like to see it, but I don't have one coming. I have to talk to somebody about doing it, but... Alright, so you going to run the KP card with the 3900X? To be honest, I already tried doing the 3900X, and if you're going to bench for records right now, and Port Royal just doesn't really do well on the AMD platform. No matter what I do and overclock it and on water, it just doesn't compare to the 9900K. Which is kind of strange, like, 9900K just seems to be the processor for Port Royal, which is disappointing on the AMD side. We're going to have to end up finding, like, a good AMD 3D bench, that way we can do something with it. So I'm going to have to figure that out. We're not going to do that today, but just to let you know. Can Joe defeat a hurricane by cooling it with LN2? Probably. Oh, AMD won't release until they fix the boost issue. Yeah, that boost issue. I was actually reading Mr. Roman, his stuff, and it's pretty interesting. I know when we were testing out the AMD stuff from the beginning, I don't know, that whole boost stuff is all over the place. So, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to talk too much AMD today, but we can always talk AMD, but, I mean, why would you want to when you got this beautiful monstrosity in front of you? I mean, come on, this thing is so much hardware porn. But anyway, so blinders, I think you mean 2080 because there's no 2080. Yes, this is 2080 Ti. Can't believe Microsoft. You know, it's kind of funny. So if you want to buy one of these and you have a Micro Center next to you or near you, which I don't, I actually love Micro Center. They're pretty badass, actually. I don't know if I've told you guys before, but the CEO of Micro Center comes up to G-Skill every year on the G-Skill stage, and I always have him sling liquid nitrogen with me. And we'll hang out a little bit. He's cool. We should be able to do like an event with Micro Center sometime soon. But when it comes down to it, is basically you can buy one of these instead of buying it from EVGA. I mean, if you buy from EVGA.com, you better be using my my little ID there too. It's in the description, so that way I can support the channel. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Or buy from Micro Center. I need to work out a thing with them. But anyways. So, is 850 watt platinum enough for a Kingpin 2080 Ti and 9900K? Most likely on air. So I don't think it would be, I don't think I would do it liquid nitrogen. Well, liquid nitrogen I always use 2 BSUs, so definitely not. So, Joe's so famous that he's the only one that can kill an unpopulated PCB just by looking at it. Johnny, you're amazing with some of the shit you say. See, I'm undressing it with my eyes if you didn't notice. Anyway, so what's going on? What if you are using dry ice instead of LN2? Dry ice, I mean, could push power. It's not going to push as much power as LN2, but dry ice works too. Dry ice is actually much easier. The thing is, you're definitely not going to get the same effect as liquid nitrogen because these cards really need cold. One of my issues with my last card is that I really couldn't get it cold. I tried different methods to try to do it, and I just think the memory chip just didn't like cold at all. Maybe it was just a little finicky chip, but... So this one I'm hoping it does cold, because if it doesn't, I'm just going to end up throwing it out the window. Did I say that? Alright, and no, I didn't kill it yet at the end. Well, I could just say the end, right? That usually kills it. Need to venture it into vacuum, so no water. Well, I'm not really necessarily worried about too much on the water. Sup slackers, B9 the PC guy. Sup slackers. Roman just made an awesome video on the call out. Yeah, I was watching Roman's video on the... If you watched it, I love his Intel marketing video, dude. That shit was hilarious. Did you guys watch that? I enjoyed it. It was pretty awesome. Alright, time to wreck another KP card. That is the goal. I'm excited. You better be excited, because we're going to be benching this one. And I might end up having to do a stream. Because guess what? I just got liquid nitrogen delivered today. So I don't know if we're going to do it tonight. Maybe a little bit tomorrow. Maybe Saturday. I haven't decided yet. I might actually just take a day off this weekend just because I've been moving. I mean, I'm actually sore as hell just from moving everything in my garage, and it's a mess. Alright, get to the card. Okay, let's get to the card. So here, I'll turn it around for you. One last shot of the hardware porn. And then we're going to take it apart. Because everybody's sick of hearing me talking. But, yes. 100 people watching and only... Hey, what is with the 44? Come on, bump up the likes, slackers. Alright, so let's get down to it. So let's kind of take a look around the card. Whoa. Look at that goodness. I love this black. I think I'm going to have to paint my rims on my truck this black. Because they just look... It looks so damn good. What do you think, huh? Alright. See, I barely touched this thing. You see? I'm just unboxing it right there. All this good stuff. We'll keep them and save them for later. I'm going to take out all these puppies, too. We got little mini display ports. To be honest, I love this setup about the KP. Nobody ever talks about this. But look at all these options you get here. If you look at a regular Founders card, you don't have those options. So, just saying. It's cool. The last KP Vince gave you just to frustrate you. He knew it wasn't top. Dude, not gonna lie, he loves to mess with me. So, just saying. But yeah, isn't this thing so beautiful? Like, what I like about it too is like you have the I don't know if you guys are used to using like AIOs, but like a lot of the times the tubes are like really hard to move around, and then like sometimes when you gotta bend them around, they're kind of a pain in the ass. This one's really easy to work with. It's actually quite nice. I highly recommend. I mean, it should be nice. It should be this easy on all the products, but it doesn't happen that way. So, but yeah, I like it so far. We should probably end up like making a mod or something for this and take that rad and replace the rad and make a badass one. You know, I don't know. I'll have to think of something. We'll come up with something cool. But yeah, let's kind of look up. I haven't taken, like I said before, I haven't taken it apart, so I don't know. I think so. We have at least 2 screws here. You see 1, 2. So I'm just gonna take them out right away. Trusty screwdriver and bad tip. So it looks like you need the tiny tip. That's what she said. That's what she said. Sorry, I get excited when the beard goo is messing me up. Let's see, make sure this one works. Bang, bang. We gotta make sure we don't lose all these too. Usually when you take apart a card too, it's always like you gotta try to find like what's going on and make sure you put everything back to normal. So I guess this is good for the stream too. So if you take yours apart, you're like, oh, what does that screw go to? You can just watch my video and basically... I mean, look at this, dude. My fingers are way too big for this crap. What is this? Oh, let me show that. I'm ready to spend $800 on the 3950X. I know. I'm going to be broke this month. Now I got to go spend a bunch of money so that way I can have fun with you guys doing the 3950X. To be honest, I'm curious how the 3950X will handle some certain 3D stuff. I think that actually might be better when it comes to benching this card on 3D. So I'm hoping the 16 core does well on 3D. I would love it. Let's see. Hopefully it will work as advertised. You don't have a Gamer's Nexus. I know, Adam. Isn't that some bullshit, right? Steve, if you're watching, you owe me a tool set, man. No, I'm sure I'm gonna do it. You know I'll get one. Come on. But anyways, all right. So we got those two screws out. Now the one thing that's kind of a pain in the ass, I guess this is pretty much every NVIDIA card or pretty much any card in general, is that you'll see. Look at all these screws we got to take. I should have bought a power screwdriver. I just haven't. But you see that we got one there. We have one here. We gotta take that one out, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. You guys can't see what I'm doing. So basically, actually we'll go back here. Yeah, we got that one. Basically, you have a bunch of little screws on the one. These are the little black ones. So we're just gonna start at the back. And I got beard goo. The beard goo is killing me. Only if you have a small tip. What are we talking about now? Are we talking about this? Actual women? Is there anything other than actual women? Man, dude, the chat is going straight downhill. All right, so I'm just gonna. Usually, what I do is I try to put it in. When I'm taking stuff apart, I kind of put them in the same order they came in. That way, the same thing went in here. It's much easier to show. So what I'll do is, since we're taking apart the card, I'm going to put them in the spot where the card was, right? That way we know. I mean, we could use the gamer mat to its fullest extent, because if you look at it, it's over to the side, but hey, whatever. What is this? Bushido 1405 for a 7980. Good deal, or wait for Cascade Late X? For a 7980 XE, 1405 I don't think is that great of a deal. To be honest, for that, I would wait for Cascade Lake X, but I would wait for it to come out. I haven't personally seen Cascade Lake X. If it's going to be just a better version. So I don't know, I would kind of wait on that, because the 7980 XE is basically, what I love about that chip is that you can delete it, and put liquid metal on it. You're not dealing with solder, which is good. More headbang. Dude, this screwdriver sucks. My hands are too big for this shit. Yep, we're gonna have to get another screwdriver. The beard goo is killing me. Yeah, I would probably wait for Cascade Lake X. But most likely it's probably gonna be soldered. So, I mean, you could go the 7980. There we go. I'm not gonna let the beard goo. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That 1405 seems very high for a 7980. Someone just mentioned that basically they sell for 800 used. I have seen them pretty cheap, much cheaper than 1405. I have no clue what the hell is going on, but I'm very interested. I love you, Pilot. You're the man. Yeah, I'm trying to get these damn screws out. So my hand, this tiny ass screw. The screw always seems to win. Funny, I just broke a screwdriver disassembling a hard drive. Yeah, dude, sometimes these cheap-ass little screwdrivers, this is why I need the Gamer's Nexus toolkit. Steve's slacking, he needs to send me that damn toolkit. If you don't know where to, but go to Gamer's Nexus store if you need a toolkit. Wash the oh yeah, washing the hands with Dawn is a good thing. But then I can't go like this all the time. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stroke the beard every once in a while, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm at the point with this, it's driving me nuts. See the difficulties you have as a big man? You should see when I do a bunch of soldering and stuff. So, like, I've done a shit ton of E-Power cards and stuff like that with G-Power, E-Power, all that. I don't know, you guys want to see that stuff too? I mean, some would say Vince puts the screws extra tight. Sounds a bit awkward if you ask me. Alright, let's get a little bit better view here. And, oh, we'll go right there. Would have loved to see you do a couple of runs on the Kimping on its own AIO so we can actually mirror something. It's very hard for me to do LN2. Damn it, now you tell me. So basically what I'll do is, we could probably do it after. I'm trying to think of what I could do because I'm taking this apart and I'm gonna... There's a way what we can do. I'll show you guys how to set it up if you guys want to take the card apart and then put the AIO just for like temporary. So we can do that, and that way you can see basically what's going on with the AIO. Because the AIO, I mean, it's really not. I'll show you when we get to it. It's much easier to see than to explain. What I'll do is I'll put it back on, and then we'll work from there. But basically, a stock card. I basically switched to the OC BIOS. And then I downloaded this classified controller, and that's it. And I came up with the magical 2260. Let's see. I stroke more than my beard. She's not done ski yet. Would love to see. So you guys definitely, beard feels lonely if not stroked once. Alright. I don't understand why they make these so small. Like, it's like I mean, come on, look how tiny that is. That's some bullshit, man. And, like, really, you need, like, 30 screws on the back? You would have to wonder if they don't do, like, why they don't, like, use a lot less. Wouldn't it be, like, cheaper to make, you know? I don't know. I'm just ranting off. I could give a shit, really, because once I take it on, it's probably never going to go back together again. No, I'm kidding. Usually after I'm done with cards, most of my cards, I don't really kill too many cards, really. I usually don't use Vaseline, also. Vince likes to use Vaseline. I'm not really a big fan of it. I used to use it some years ago, but I really think that has something to do with maybe killing the cards. So... Either way, I have an ultrasonic cleaner to clean off Vaseline too, but I'm going to go with my tried and trusted method of using the liquid electrical tape. Not to be racist, they aren't so big down there. Hey, easy now. Oh, cool. The classified is where to download. I'll need to learn how to use it, of course. The classified controller is at xdevs.com. Paul, you're slacking, broski. You're lucky you got a beard. Lucky you have a beard, because I've said it. Alright, so it's taken for me forever to undo these screws. Alright, I think all the beard goo's off. I haven't stroked my beard in a while. I'm going to just put all the screws in one little pile, because they're pretty much all the same size. When we get down to... where the output display is, that's when they start changing in size. So we're gonna keep these all together. Let's see. We're almost there. Almost done. What's up, slackers? Yeah, one thing I love is Tim does an excellent job on his articles over at XDev. So you'll see he's a crazy nerd. He's a pretty cool. He does some really, really nerdy shit. He's a different level of nerd, though. He's not really a bencher. He's more of an engineering nerd. He likes to fix, like, random shit that I don't even know what is. Like, it's kind of funny. Odin's Hardware. Alright, I think we're getting there. I think we got like 2 more screws. Because right now we're totally screwed. Sorry, I can't help. Bad joke of the day. Not enough Red Bull. Yeah, so far, and I think this last one is smaller, or maybe I'm thinking another card. I've had so many Kingpin cards. I bought a 2080 Ti for the Win 3 from EVGA, and the thermal pads were so thick on the PCB, it's bent pretty good. That doesn't sound like normal, but I don't know which one how good the for the Win is. So, alright, you guys ready for some hardware porn here? I think we're ready to pop the back plate off. Alright. Get all that. Let me see. Let's make sure that I got everyone. So that one's out, that one's out, that one's out, that one's out. Ow, 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 ow. I always have a habit of missing one screw some way or another. Alright, and then you just pull it. So, need a drink. So basically, on the back of this back plate, they have a bunch of thermal pads, right? You're about to be if you mess up the card. Oh, come on. This is not my first time. Or is it? I feel like I'm missing something. Let's just take it like this. We'll try it in a couple different spots. I feel like it's still held on by something. It might be the other side. So, what we're going to do is try to... Usually what I like to do is just kind of try to be gentle with it. And see what parts are holding on. So, this fell off. That's probably because of the two screws. And then, let's see. So, there we go. Let me fold that way. Look at that. So now we have a cover. Woo! What's nice too is see you got the nice display in there. It's pretty sexy. I really love the black. If you've known me for a while, basically like all my cars are black. Pretty much everything. So, got a screw loose for sure. Isn't that the truth? Alright, so let's take a look at the other side. Oh, look at that. Now, is that some sexiness or what? Look at that, baby. That thing's so pretty, right? Woo! Look at that. So let's go over it a little bit. Actually, we'll start from the beginning. Actually. Oh, yeah. So here's the back side. So this is the ass, if you know what I'm saying. We're going to go up here. So if you look here, we got a bunch of connectors. You got your EV bot, and obviously your power connectors. I'm not sure. I have to look up on the XDevs. Usually when Tin does stuff, he goes overkill like crazy. I know that they have to limit him on what he does because the manufacturers have to make it. So he actually throws in a lot more stuff than you usually get. Other manufacturers don't do that, right? And watch the tissues. Don't hurt yourself. This is hardware porn. But yeah. Let's see. I want to say that there's another screw. But anyways. So that's all the power connectors. I'm not sure what this section is. I'll have to look that one up. This one right here. Let's go back down here. But right here, this is where you put the pro belt. This is what I use. A lot of people, someone was talking to me the other day, and you know, on the to use this screen right here on the top of this, to use it on there, you have to buy like a little LN2 kit. You don't really need it. I mean, you could just use pro belt and basically put a multimeter. If you see any of my streams when we were benching this, that's basically what I did anyway. I kind of ignored the screen because there's some weird bugs that go on with the screen. You'll get some like 11 volt issue on the 12 volt rail issue. Like, it's just a bug. It's nothing to really worry about. But yes. All right. Let's see. Is there anything that's holding this puppy on? I don't think so. Oh, yep. Someone said it was under the sticker. You see right here? EVGA. You're sneaking there, buddy. Look at that. You see this little sticker right there? They got you. So basically what happens is when you take this puppy apart, EVGA is gonna know because that little sticker. Bastards. That's okay. We don't care about warranties here. It's all about hardware porn. Now, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do it. I don't have a razor. Should we use the trusty fingernail? Let's see. Alright, so the screw is definitely right there. So, yeah. What's crazy is it's actually a really thin sticker, so I was able to basically get it in the hole really quickly. Sorry, enough fun for too long, you know. I can't help myself. Oh, and there's the warranty. Bye-bye, warranty. That's what they said with the last card, huh? Alright, so, you guys ready for this one? Alright, get your tissues. Get your tissues ready. Ooh, isn't that some sexiness right there? I just love the gold and black PCB. Like, seriously? Like, that is just awesome. To be honest, I don't think there's a better looking PCB out than these EVGA ones. Let's see. What I don't want to do is ruin my... What's nice too about these, so like, not many people talk about, so when you get a penetration, does it void the warranty if you repaste the card? I'm sure it doesn't. To be honest, these cards are marketed to the L2/water guys, so to be honest, they just want to know if you did that, so I don't think this is really breaking warranty. Usually, I replace every card, the paste on every card, no matter what. That's like the first thing I do. Because I've had some cards from the factory, like usually every manufacturer does a shit job. So I basically go in and replace it for everybody. So, but yeah, I don't see EVGA busting your balls about it too much. So I'm just kidding when the warranty goes. Just by removing that, they just want to know so that way you don't try to screw them on stuff. So, but man, this thing is gorgeous. So these thermal pads are nice and thick. This is not like those MSI ones or on that one MSI card Gamers Nexus was talking about. But man, it's nice. So let's put this puppy over here. Alright, so let's go back to the other sexy side. Oh, look at that. Now what's really cool about this, I think it was the last KP. It didn't really have a cooler like this, or I forget what it was, because Vince sent me a card. I don't think I bought retail card. No, I did buy a retail card. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But yeah, this whole setup is pretty dope, because as a liquid nitrogen guy, what I'm going to have to do is take off this section, right? So remember the guy that was just basically... says Galax Hoff White. Hey, we won't mention that Galax word here. Just saying. But yes, I think the black is beautiful. But anyway, so what I was saying before was if you just want to replace paste, you had to do what I just did, and then you're going to have to take this section off. Now, what's nice is that I'm not going to have to take off the other part, which is good. The less I have to do is the less for me to break, right? So what's nice about this is that they let you isolate the actual GPU itself. So for me to replace the paste, now I have to take off these screws right here. So what we're going to do that, because you want to see that big, healthy monster core, right? So we're going to take the 4 standard. Are you guys ready for this? Are you ready for this? Says you can basically run the card without the shroud. Yes. That's pretty much what I was getting down to. And it's kind of nice too. So like when you want to replace the paste and like kind of test and mess around with it, you don't have to mess with the shroud. That's pretty much how I do it. So like when I'm going to go pre-test this card and play around with it again. Are you going to stick it in the slot today? You can't tease us and not... Hey man, just the tip, right? Just the tip. Hopefully YouTube doesn't kill me here. He's not using Vaseline though, it may be rough. Oh my gosh. We take hardware porn to a next level here at Bearded Hardware. Alright, enough of that. So, make sure it doesn't fall off. Gotta be careful with this stuff, because it is electronics. You gotta be careful with it, right? So let's make sure... Remember, this is the first time I'm actually taking one apart. I think Steve from Gamers Nexus took apart the one we messed with. So you have this little piece, which is just pretty much like a holder. And then we have this. Now look at that. Overall, paste job, not so bad. To be honest, the paste job is not actually that bad compared to, I don't know. I've had a lot of other previous older KPs that were just, the paste was just terrible. This one's not so bad though. I like how they actually basically connect the cooler so it's cooling memory too. So you can actually isolate it. But anyways, let's go in and... Oh, okay, that's where those things go. I'm like looking because this fan cable needs to be taken out. So you got to kind of pop these out. And it's the first one. So the first one to the side, you guys can't really see. Be a little bit easier. That view. So if you see right here, so we're going to take it out. It's the first slot. The other one is, the second slot is basically for the VRM power right there. So that's it. Just basically one plug. Not so hard, right? And just make sure you don't lose these little black pieces right here. I think I already lost one. Oh well. But yeah, so not bad a paste job, for real. To be honest, I bought a couple cards, man, and like I've seen like complete sides missing. So whatever, like since you're here at Bearded Hardware, I always recommend replace the paste. Test the card first, make sure it works before you start taking it apart. But then replace the paste. That should be the first mod everybody does to their GPU is replace the paste. And I don't have my helmet. It's in my toy hauler. It's in the mobile command center. This is the most beautiful. See, now look at that complete sex right there. Come on, how awesome is this? So, you'll see, we have the VRM cooler here, and the pretty fan, which only comes on when it needs to. Even on LN2, it barely does it. Don't say die and he may kill it again. If I'm not killing it, I'm not doing my job. You gotta push that extra effort, right? So, but here, we have this. This plate is actually pretty nice for memory. So, we're gonna end up taking this memory plate, because what this does is it helps connect. This is the problem. It's probably gonna be a pain in the ass to take off. So let's see if we can kind of jiggle it a little bit, if you know what I'm saying. Joe, if you get the best time spy score, you'll level up a few times. I don't know, I haven't been really a time spy guy. I really love Port Royal because it's really a GPU bench. Alright, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to get one of my little paste applicators, the plastic ones, and kind of wiggle it over there to kind of break it a little bit. I just don't want to bend the shit out of the cooler. Yeah, what is this? We're only up to 67 likes. Well, I'm going over... When I go get my little paste applicator, it better be up to 100 likes. Slackers. Yes, but if you do it to the new 5700, it won't fit back on tight. What won't fit back on tight? I don't get that question. But if you do it to the new... I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. You should be able to replace the paste as much as you want. Here, paste applicator. There we go. I got too much shit. I need to organize. Ha 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 ha. Ah, what about the 4 screws? What 4 screws? You mean the 4 screws I just took out? Alright, so let's kind of see if I can just stick it in there a little bit. Just tease it a little bit. Trick is I don't want to bend the cooler. Oh, there we go. I got it. Had to stick the nails in there. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass, so I basically just stuck the 2 nails in there and just popped it up from here. I wouldn't do it from these little sections right here because they seem to bend pretty easily. So you just want to kind of take from a stronger spot, which is up here, and then take it off. Ooh, we're naked! Well, not fully naked. I guess we could say she's topless right now, right? Teflon, did you just say use Grizzly? Cryonaut? Damn you. Alright, we're only at 95, so I can't continue until we hit 100. Just how it works. I'm just kidding. I'm going to do it anyway. They should show you how many dislikes. I wonder, we should do a video on dislikes one time. Alright. Do you see this? Here, let's go a little bit closer. Right? Closer, closer, closer. Anybody see this? What the hell is it? So I've seen these marks on pretty much all the GPUs. So, like I said before, unlike other manufacturers, these are bent to perfection, if you know what I'm saying. So each card is tested before. We're still at 97 likes, slackers. Come on, get on it! So, but I'm wondering, I'm really curious to see how this actually, what it means. Because I really don't know, and I've seen on a couple cards. Actually, hold on. Let's look at my old card real quick, right? Damn it! Actually, this wasn't a retail card, so this is probably not going to matter. But hey, look at this. Even more sex. Woo! Yeah, I forgot. This wasn't actually a retail one, so. Yeah, hold on. Let me put this card back. It's lipstick. So who kissed my card, huh? Call Vince and ask him what is the mark about. I'll have to do it. But the problem is right now, I think it's like 5 a.m. And Vince is probably not up right now. He might be lurking, to be honest. Renee, you guys are killing me. Oh, Gamers Nexus. Now I get you, Teflon. Alright, yours said Epic. Mine 57? This looks like an 85. Like, doesn't it look like an 85? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, yeah. If I look... So, I guess it's this way for you guys. It looks like an 85 to me. Does that look like an 85 to you? Let's see. Let's move. Oh, there's that little black piece. Thought I lost it. I don't know why they do that. I guess they keep it in there, in place. But, so... The thing is, we're going to actually insulate the card today. So, we still need to take off some more coolers. So we're going to actually get the card fully naked. We already took off everything. So we can pretty much go, just go up, right? Oh! Was it as good as for you as it was for me? Is that not pretty or what? So let's take off the big one. This is where it's about to get interesting, right? The problem is I don't want to break it. I've already broke too much stuff as it is. Oh, pulling it from behind seems to work. Man, there's so many bad stuff coming in my YouTube channel. Alright, so we pop that top. And we're going to use the second connector. So 1, 2. Right. Let's put that over there. So, we got the sexiness here. Let's get it down here. Then you can really... Here, I'll flip it around. It's more for you guys. Woo. Now, isn't that thing sexy? It's beautiful. Come on. Where else are you going to go for hardware porn? You're going to come here. Actually, we don't want to lose these 2 screws. Those were the 2 screws we took off first for this plate. Add some heat. I know, right? I feel like I should just like it's getting so hot right now. It's getting hot in here. Man, I can't believe I just said that. Yep, I killed the old car. Alright, so will someone think of the children? Dude, do not ruin it. But anyway, so here's this pretty sexy card. It is beautiful, I must say. I mean, how could you not say that this is the most sexiest card available ever? I mean, in the history of GPUs, I think this is the sexiest one. Hold on, I'm going to look up something real quick. Because I noticed the competitor's price was $2,200, right? So we're talking about what's up with the empty memory spot? That's a good question. I've noticed it on all the cards, pretty much. I think NVIDIA basically, if they ever worry about AMD, they'll be like, oh, you guys can just add another memory IC there and basically go. So that's all I know. To be honest, you'll see on like a lot of older cards over the years, like you'll see like spots for stuff, but it never really takes up being used. So it's kind of interesting. I know it's weird that they did that. I guess it's just for an option. I know Vince is pretty methodical when he tests, so he's usually going through and checking stuff. So it could be just to maybe use a Titan X, add more memory, or if it just gives them options. I think if they ever come out with, say, I don't know, a Super TI, which I'm not saying they are, so don't use that. But if they do, they have the option to expand it. So, but yeah. So, I mean, what else you guys want to know? Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What else you want to know? Alright, let's see. So, I'm going to see the current prices on this. Hey, bud, are you in the new studio already? Yes, I am. This is the new studio. I'm still, like, this whole shit behind me, like this, is going to be all changed. I'm going to be putting up shelves and putting up a bunch of cool shit. So, I'm just trying to figure out exactly what I want to put in there yet, so far. So, we're looking at, ooh, look at that. They have an instant rebate. So, usually it's $18.99, but for the low price of $17.99, you can get this badass KP2. And what that buys you is the given chance to have a world record card. Because to be honest, out of every single bin GPU that I've ever gotten from a manufacturer, do you guys know that all my best cards were retail? So, like, every one of my world record cards came from me buying it. You just gotta have a little bit of luck. So, is it Bearded Hardware or Billzoid channel? Hey, you cursed that name. No. I'm the King Slacker, not the King Billzoid. Alright, so what are we going to do with it now? So now we have this card. It's so pretty I don't want to touch it, you know what I'm saying? But we need to do something good with it, right? So the whole point of this is to put it on liquid nitrogen, right? Right? Yeah. Yeah. We want to do liquid nitrogen. We want to break some records with this puppy. First, we admire it, so let's take a look at her ass, right? Her backside is quite beautiful, I must say. What do you guys think? Do you not think it's the most sexiest card ever? I mean, even the back. And then the front. It's so pretty. So pretty. So, the one thing I forgot to bring is tape. Damn it. So I'm going to be right back. I have to get some tape because we got to start taping stuff off. And I'm going to show you how to put liquid electrical tape on. This might be a little bit interesting because we're gonna spray it inside. I might get it all everywhere, so it's kind of fun. Okay, so what does someone say? We have the Titan X has 24 gig GDDR6. It would need 12 RAM mounts, and the 28. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they I can almost guarantee that Vince tested the RTX core on this with the lower RAM, probably the newer RAM. So put it back. Hopefully, it will work again. It will work. I'm not worried. A bit echoey. Oh, isolation. Well, yeah, we'll get into that some other time. Luber and stick it in. Once AMD releases their supposedly 2080, you'll see this 2080 Super. I don't know. So I keep on hearing about AMD releasing such a good card. Do you know how many times that I've heard that over the years? So let's explain my situation with AMD. When we're not talking about CPU side, because we all know that the CPU side, they're doing very well. And I'm all for that, because what it does is it drives innovation, right? Morning, brother. But when it comes down to GPU, AMD, I don't know who's in their GPU marketing or who's in charge of the whole thing earlier before, but they've done a really shitty job, in my opinion. And this is talking about high-end, and from an overclocker's perspective, AMD actually makes some really nice cards. But when it comes down to just breaking out everything, to go for world records and stuff, AMD really hasn't been there on the GPU side in a long time. There hasn't been a record on AMD GPU since the 290X. 290X. How long ago is that? What are we talking, 5 years now? So, I don't know. I'm kind of in the way. I'll believe it when I see it. If they do, I'm all for it. To be honest, because I'm sick of the way NVIDIA plays with the rules. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is the baddest card on the planet right now. It's just so sexy. But to see AMD come out with a card that's going to beat this, I just don't see it. I really hope, but I just don't see it happening. But who knows? It could be wrong. We'll see. Alright, so I just bought a 2080 Ti MSI. It had a $140 instant rebate and 30. Nice. Good deal. Riding out Dorian in Eastern NC. How are you guys doing up there? I know it missed us and it came up to you guys, so. Which model? MSI has, that's true. The water-cooled Seahawk. I can't see AMD releasing a 20... Yeah, I just don't see it. I have a feeling that they're going to release a card that's probably going to be better than the 2080? Because I really don't see... What do you see? The 47... or the 5700... I don't see that as... Do you guys really see that as a 2080 competitor? I just don't really see it. So... I don't know. I hate to break. I don't know. I hate to break someone's bubble, but I just don't see. AMD's made these promises before, and I just don't see it. It would be nice, but I don't know. So what I'm gonna do is I'll let you check this out. What I'm gonna do is I just gotta run to the garage and get some tape. So I will be back in 2 seconds. Okay. So I'll be right back. Actually, let's make sure I don't have tape in here first. I'm almost positive I know. Oh, yep, don't. so what are we talking about here? So you agree with me on you believe it when you see it. You better. I'm not here to amuse myself, even though I do it often. Alright. Yes, 2 seconds are up. I know, I got that habit from my girl. She basically says 2 seconds all the time. So now I say it. It sucks. You guys can't hear the music in the background? Need elevator music. Standard painter's tape. Woo! Actually, I'll use my trash. Otherwise, stuff ends up everywhere. Alright. This should be interesting, actually. I'm going to take this over here. Get some paper towels. I'm going to actually move some of all this cooler stuff over to behind me. That way we don't get overspray and stuff. I'm going to have to turn off the fan, too. To be honest, I'm like hot as hell. I went into my garage and it's like huge. Can you liquid nitrogen the Titan RTX? So, that's a very good question. The Titan RTX needs a lot of mods for it. That's the problem. But you sure as hell could definitely do. If you look, Alan, aka Splave, did it. Well, he actually didn't do it. There's another guy that basically did it for him, which is slacking. The problem is I don't know if I'd buy a Titan RTX because it's expensive. If I had an RTX, then I would totally do it, but I'm not. I just don't have 2,500 to blow on an RTX right now. Let's see. But yes, you definitely can do it. You can. You basically probably only need a. Number one, you need a memory mod, which won't be that difficult. You'll see when I start doing the AMD 5700 when we do the memory mod on that one. It actually might be a little bit easier on the NVIDIA side usually. AMD side sometimes can be a little bit more difficult. Oh, all these little screws. I'm screwed. Alright. I gotta catch up on some of these. Could barely just make out there was music while you were out, but almost impossible to hear. Alright, fine. We'll turn it up. How's that? Too loud? Too soon? All right, let's get it down and dirty. No, actually, we're gonna go over here a little bit. Trying to organize this better. 4K in Australia? It's a little too loud. 4K in Australia for a Titan RTX? Oh my god. Alright. So, when we're going to do, basically insulate it. So this goes for, even if you want to do some, like, water stuff. You know, like, I don't know, say you want to do ice bucket and stuff. You still need to insulate. It'd be highly recommended to. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to use the spray kind. So, you'll see right here, we got Plasti Dip. Plasti Dip actually works very well. One of the big things that's great about Plasti Dip is that it's easy to take off. So I highly recommend it. On a GPU side, I'm more about these, or about Plasti Dip. I still use Vaseline a little bit on the graphic or on the motherboard, but I don't know. So I guess let's just use this stuff, right? Woo! But first we gotta tape everything. Oh shit, this isn't the tape that I thought it was. I gotta go back to the garage again. This is like a duct tape, and I don't want to use the duct tape. Alright, back to this sweat zone again. I'll be right back. I'll turn up the music for you, though. Be right back. Alright, 2 seconds is up. Someone asked what band it was? I don't know, this is actually Epidemic Sound. So, it says Broken Delusion, Sightless in the Shadow. Dude, you can't hate on metal, broski. Come on, man. Alright, so we got real tape here. So the other tape, I didn't even realize it. It pretty much looks the same. But one is more like duct tape-ish. This one's more duct tape-ish. And you want a painter's tape. You want to be able to pull it off easily. So. Alright, so what we're going to do is, let's turn this down just a tiny bit. Yeah, metal is definitely eternal. Curse you. Ah, Red Bull. Better watch out. I'm about to have wings. Alright, so here's what we gotta do, right? Right here, this section, we need to tape off. So we're gonna spray this whole entire section right here. Pretty much. And we're gonna tape up basically the GPU. Tape off right here. Tape off right here if we want to do SLI. So basically this whole area around, and then all right here, we're going to do plasti dip. So we're going to tape over it right here in certain sections. And then what we're going to do is on the other side, basically, you can do pretty much from here all the way to the other side of the card. So, let's tape this puppy up first. Metal will never die. To be honest, I love all sorts of music, to be honest. Metal just gives me in a pumped mood. Like if I want to go hit the gym, just bang out some weights or something, just get pissed off. There's nothing better than metal. Where the hell is my goddamn mouse? Alright, so let's start taping. Alright, so the big one, do it like that. The trick is we want to be able to take the tape off. So, or we want to basically, we want to be able to return it to stock easily. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tape, easier said than done, tape this off completely. And I'm having technical difficulties. Let's do that again. Now it does not, you don't have to do too crazy, right? So I'm just gonna try to get it, just so it just kind of evens it out. That way when I'm peeling it, you just don't need it over here. So what we're gonna do, we got that section. Section number 1. We're gonna fold this over, because otherwise it's gonna just keep on going. We're just gonna do one side at a time. You kind of get the gist of it. Okay, we'll go. I like to protect the stickers too, so if they ever bugged you. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna do that side. Deftone still thing. CRC the card first, it'll stick better. And it don't really matter. To be honest, I don't want it to stick too good, actually. Actually, he's got a point. Are you actually usually do that too? Hold on. Oh, thanks for the reminder, broski. The infamous CRC. Whoa, yeah. Where is it? Right here. Gotta hate autofocus on the GH5. That's why I got the Sony. I'm still playing with the Sony, but I'm almost ready. This camera works good for streams though. So, but yeah. So we're just gonna see. Actually, just put this on because it's gonna get wet. I think we're all a little bit wet already, huh? We don't want to ruin our other paper towels. Is duct tape made from ducks? Did you really just say that? So we're just gonna do some spray. To be honest, we probably should just spray all the paste off too. See, if you ever see people when they like, oh my god, I got paste in the socket. Dude, just get CRC. This shit's amazing. See, look at that. Completely clean already. And look at it, it's all going to the paper towels. You just gotta spray where it goes for. Spray the hell out of it. Drip it off. The card is now super wet. So dirty. Clean hardware is good hardware. Can't believe I just said that. Yeah, you'll see how much it came off. You see all that? How pretty. Like to give it a good spray. Oh well. We'll do the back another time. The one thing that sucks about this is that once this is done, like when we actually paint it, we have to wait for it to set before we can use it. So that's why kind of the stream's more about this. I know I've teased you with just the tip, but that just means we gotta do another video some other or probably tomorrow. I don't know, we'll see. I need a break just from moving and stuff. You guys should see my garage right now. It's literally jam-packed. I got, all the racks that I have, nothing's on the racks, so I gotta move everything around. Kinda sucks, actually. I hate moving. Moving sucks. Yeah, the CRC just needs a little bit of time to evaporate. If you see, look at that. We not so wet anymore. What's crazy, too, is it actually gets pretty cold. So, like... I'm not going to touch it too much because I don't want the oil from my hands to get on anything. But what I'm going to do is get the trusty compressor. Air compressor. I love this. So, if you're just concerned about any of extra fluid being on there, man, dude, this whole stream is literally going downhill from the beginning. It's quite crazy. Ooh, look at that. So it's a little bit there, but you have to be very careful with these, like, depending on how much pressure you set. Like, it works pretty well. So let's not too shabby, my friend, huh? Do not forget to add tape to the EVGA ink. Duh. No, we still gotta do it over here too, because I'm gonna get this whole area. That reminds me, I need to get a water filter for my compressor. If you guys haven't seen, I have this nice Hitachi compressor. It's freaking awesome. You can barely hear it. You hear that? No, you don't. It's amazing. I like this one. I actually use this a lot too so like when you're done with liquid nitrogen stuff and you get a lot of water on, you just blow the water out. It works like a champ. All right, so I think we're pretty much good. Let's finish up our taping. All right, where'd the tip go? Oh yeah, it's underneath. So let's tape up the MV link. Because we are going to have to run SLI, right? Brendan, you suck, by the way. Making some funky noise over here. Funny, it blew the tape on the line. It's not tightened really hard, so I just need to fix that. Let's see. Let's get the MV link covered. And Brendan sucks. Just letting you know. If you hear Brendan talking on here, he just sucks. So, just kidding. Love ya. Like I said before, the problem is we're not gonna be able to do liquid nitrogen because we gotta wait for this stuff to dry. Because you have all these little crevices, or crevasses. I know, it sucks, broski. So, we got that side down. Now, the trick with these connectors is you just don't want the liquid electric tape. Let me just do this real quick. Annoy the shit out of me. Can't deal with it. Can't deal with it. Yeah, the air hose taper on the side, it just kind of like sprung a leak. So, but anyway, so let's finish it up because we're gonna spray a bunch of goodness in this. I think what I'm gonna do. I think I just might actually just go like this. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Maybe we'll just take smaller pieces. Where is Tim, the old fart? That's a good point. Where the hell is Tim? Tim's usually busting my balls the whole time. Alright. So we're just gonna do each section. You don't have to do them too great. It's just the whole point is like when you're gonna mess with like a liquid electrical tape, it's such a pain in the ass. Because you don't want to get it into like certain areas. Like you don't want to get it inside the connector, because if you get it into the connector, you'll never get it out. I've had some issues with, depending on certain like electrical tapes that you use. You got to be careful. As long as you're careful, you'll limit what you mess up. At least, hopefully. You never know. Sometimes the slacking days just happen. What did Shane say? Brandon Tex thought, it's okay to suck, it's the only way to enjoy a lollipop. Dude, Amar, are you killing my background music here? I love this shit. Nope, I need some bigger pieces. Too small. It's not what she said. Just saying. Let's do this. Alright. I know, some of you are saying, like, can you just liquid nitrogen it already? To be honest, prep is the most important part when you're going to mess with liquid nitrogen stuff. If you're not going to take the time to prep, you might as well not take the time to liquid nitrogen. Just how it works. It's funny, so the different methods that you can use for insulating stuff, one is like, a lot of people, hey, nerdy girl, I owe you a phone call this week too. I didn't think, I am thinking about you. Moving is just kicking my ass. You should know if anybody. Let me just cut this, I want it straight. Now what was I going to say? Oh yeah. So basically all the type of methods you can use for insulation, there's a lot of them. You can use Vaseline, which we were using on the last card. You can use liquid electrical tape, which is similar to Plasti Dip. It's a little bit different. Actually, I need a longer piece. A lot of people use that kneaded eraser. I hate that stuff because by the time you're actually moving it all around, it's a pain in the ass. Like, you end up just... Kneaded eraser, it's like an art class. That's what I'm talking about, kneaded eraser. You basically got to keep on, like, taking a piece, go like this. It fucks up my fingers. Pardon my language and all, but it's just annoying. All the old folks are getting here today. But those are pretty much the most popular insulation methods. Using it, I mean, you can use conformal spray too, but obviously that stuff's hard to, it's like a spray paint almost that just goes over. Though that, you still have to do it when you do this. Technical difficulties! Alright, let's try to get this in. See my big head in the shot? No? That's what sucks when you have big hands. You should see when I do the soldering stuff. I need a longer piece, that's what she... See what I mean? This whole stream has been downhill. I could have said that's what she said like 1,000 times already. It's quite enjoyable, actually. Alright, we're almost done with this one section. It doesn't have to be too clean, because we're going to rip all these pieces off anyway, so... The trick is to get a couple coats in and then rip them off. Because if you let it dry, as you'll see, I'll show you. I usually rip them off when it's wet, so that way. It's a pain in my ass. You're lucky I'm doing this stuff for you guys. Just kidding. Alright, so we got that. Now we need to do GPU, which I'm definitely going to have to cut. Cut in pieces. So what we want to do is, it's probably, we'll go in blocks. Alright. Now we want to get when we insulate, we want to get around the PCB. All I'm doing is just basically cut it up because I want to make sure I get the whole core. It's funny, if Vince is watching, he'd probably laugh at me right now. Because he hates doing this. He's too lazy. He's like, screw that, just throw some Vass on it, bro. He always used to bust my balls all the time about this. Be like, man, because I used to hit, there's a couple times when I put a liquid electrical tape on a motherboard. And the problem is there's a couple times after I just put all this stuff on there, it basically, the board doesn't even work. And then you can't, and you just ruin the board. I just modded my skull to have fire inside. Oh, awesome. On stream even. Turn up the music, don't do it, no. Bunch of slackers, man. Alright, let's see. Alright, so we got the core all covered. So the real trick is we don't want basically any type of liquid, any water. So when this condensates, you're gonna end up getting water all around. So we don't want water all the way around, because when it pools, it basically causes issues. So, like, this goes for dry ice, too. This is perfect for dry ice. If you guys want to be ballsy and try dry ice for the first time, you can always throw the AIO into a water bucket. I'd highly recommend taking off the shroud like you saw before, and just putting the AIO on, and then throwing that thing in an ice bucket. That would be awesome. And then you could still do this. That's always fun. Alright, I think we're good on that side. So, plasty dip. Plasty dip, plasty dip. Later, Brendan. You suck, bro. Yeah, you can watch it later. Have fun. Alright, I'm waiting for the comments. Waiting for the comments. Anybody? Come on. Opportunity here. Opportunity. I don't know, the whole stream has been down the whole time. Alright, I think we're good. So, what we're going to do is just spray pretty much around. You just do a light coat, but you want it thick enough. The whole goal is to have it thick enough, so that way you can actually pull it off after. So, actually, let me do one thing. I want to put one more piece of tape on before I go. Get ready. Right here, I don't like this one section right here, because I'm going to end up having to peel it off. I don't know. It's my OCD. That stuff kills me. I need to figure out a way, too, because I use a microscope. So we're going to end up having to do some, like, e-power type stuff, too. I think it's going to be awesome on here. So, but the thing is I gotta figure out a good way to show you guys on screen, because it's cool to see this stuff, but it's also cooler to see it like how I see it, right? So what I want to do is I end up having to do, I'll have to figure out how to adapt, like maybe the GoPro with the microscope that I have, because you're gonna want to see down level stuff. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out that stuff. What did I say, Bryant? Why wouldn't EVGA just give up that 12 gigabyte gear on their KP? Remember way back then? I have no idea. Well, you bring up actually a good point about this one slot right here. With the less memory, it will help your overclock. So, shake it more than twice and you're playing with it. Adam, you rock, bro. I usually say that all the time too. It's kind of funny. Actually, I have a little connector that you put on here and it helps spray, so that way you don't get it all over your hand. I'll be right back. Actually, we're gonna be manly. We'll just spray it. Cover the KB! actually seems to be pretty good. Now, the reason why we're not doing this side, right, is because you don't need to. Basically, you're going to have the cooler on it, and it really doesn't get bad by that side. So, I never really do it. So, there's really no point. Now, I think that should be good. We'll let it go a little bit. I'm wondering... I'm wondering if we could put a fan on here. Usually I do this outside, so... I kind of should have kept like the kingpin in the back. It would have looked more badass, but we'll have to figure out something. It's kind of too late now. I should have thought of it before, but I'm slacking as usual. That's why I'm King Slacker. Like painting over Picasso. I know, right? I feel so dirty. Like, I feel like I did something wrong, right? Let's see. It looks pretty good, though. I might do another coat. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to dry this. I need to... Let's try the compressor again. Ah. Alright, so what I did is I ended up turning the pressure down. So that way it's not going to blow it all over. And what I'll do is I'll blow it in my hand like that. Try to get some airflow over it. Oh yeah. Not working too well. Kind of looks like shit over there. We'll go over it a little bit more. Hair dryer. I wanted to do a second coat anyway, so not so bad. The trick is, though, the thing is, though, is once you do this, like, you gotta wait for it to dry, and sometimes it takes a while. That's one of the reasons why I wasn't promising to do liquid nitrogen today, so. Well, this is usually a step you need to take, so. Trying to think. I think that seems about good. One of the things is you want to kind of get in underneath the core, because when the card's set up this way, right? It basically, like when it's set up, water's going to leak down. So you kind of want to get into the cracks. Crack kills, man. Crack kills. There we go. Let's get in there. The other thing you have to watch out for is that when you're putting this stuff on, I like the spray method better. It just seems to work pretty well. You can write King Slacker on it. What kind of is his chair? I don't even know the proper English there, broski. It's a Noble chair. I think it's the Icon. Great chair, love it. Thermaltake's supposed to be sending me one. I gotta check the mail. Nothing beats the sunlight for black paint. I know, but I can't show it. That's true, though. I usually put it out in the sun. See, look at that. See all the holes? You always gotta watch out for them holes. Man, there's so many bad puns that could be used in this video today. It's kind of funny. Let's see. I kind of want to throw that outside. But we also need to paint the back of this beast. Alright, I think maybe we'll go outside a little bit. This Florida heat. Yes, this channel is from the USA. It looks pretty good. I might actually do one more coat. Maybe try it like in this section. I don't know, you guys... It's kind of hard to see with the black, right? It's probably because of the GoPro. That glossy black looks sexy though, huh? Yeah, if you guys don't know, I'm basically in the Tampa Bay area. So I'm thinking about doing some events here if you ever want to come down. I know the winters kind of suck up north. They get nice down here though. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to do a little bit more. Because remember, once you do this, you really don't have to reapply. That's the one thing about Vaseline that I don't like. You have to keep reapplying. But yeah, so what's going on, slackers? Use LN2, it dries it faster. Yeah, I have to basically... I have my liquid nitrogen sitting outside, so... Nah, you don't really need to bake it, to be honest. You just let it dry. I just want to get to have it so it's tacky. What I really want to do is kind of just... I'm going to pull this tape off and then flip it over. But I want to wait till it's a little bit tacky so that way... when it's not runny, basically. Because I want to pull all that stuff off. It might be... Let's see, we're going to pull this off. Alright. It's tacky enough, because you don't want it to run off. I think this should be good. What's kind of cool too is like if you ever want to go through this, you can go through and change the color of a PCB. So like if you want to mess with like another card, you can always change the color of it. It's kind of a cool mod you can do too. Does it heat the card up? It's possible it could. I usually haven't had too many issues, but you could overheat the memory a little bit. Oh, see? That's what I didn't want to do. You see how it peeled off right there? I wanted to try to get it off so it didn't peel off, but it happens. No big deal. It's in a bad spot. Bloody bastard. Some guys like to use, you have liquid electrical tape. I think the Plasti Dip's a little bit better though. Ooh, we have the nice tough part too. Let me just throw this out before I end up... I tend to have, like, anytime I leave these pieces around, I'll end up touching them and I'll get it all over me. Pretty typical, so I'm just going to throw it out now so I save myself the drama. Because it's quite annoying. So to expand further on the card, so hey Joe, glad to finally catch another stream. Awesome, broski. So, the one thing that I wanted to explain also before was, you could have this even on the VRM. What's nice about the KP card, and this is not all VRM, so you could basically paint the whole card. But you have to be careful for the VRM and how hot it gets. What's nice is you have like all the most expensive, like you have really good expensive components on this card. So what's nice about that is that you don't really have to necessarily worry about overheating. So that's what you do want to be careful about it. But with this card, since it's such a high-powered card, you don't have to worry about it too much. Now we gotta take off the one that's on the core. So what we'll do is use the paste applicator. Take it off. Oh, see? Get it all over me. I am so confused. Why are you confused, my broski? So what we're doing is, the whole reason why I'm putting this plastic dip on here, so let me explain a little bit further so you get it, right? We're going to put liquid nitrogen on this card. I want your babies. Get in line. No. So, we're putting plastic dip on here as a conformal coating. Or it's kind of like a coating. And what this is going to do is it's going to protect any of these other components from moisture. So if we were to have water on this card when it was running, it could kill the card. So this plastic tip is basically making a barrier on top so it protects it from moisture building up. So if moisture, most likely, when we're doing liquid nitrogen, it goes really, really cold, moisture is just going to build up. So by doing this, this actually puts a barrier so that way that moisture doesn't build up enough where it creates shorts on the card and it doesn't kill the card. So this is just something so that way we're just basically protecting the card. It's for its own good. It's like my child. Come on. Try not to get it all over my hand. Look at that. So how perfect is that? So it's nice and pretty. The card's protected now. So now what do? We gotta do the backside. Is someone calling out on the noobs? Hey man, everybody was a noob. One time or another. Alright. So I think now what we gotta do is we gotta do the back of the card, right? We gotta get that ass going. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna tape it again. We're just gonna use this nice pretty line there. Make sure we're not doing anything bad. You know, I could use a little bit more. So we kind of missed right here. I didn't notice it. I don't know if you guys can see on there. But on the other side of these chokes is basically, it's pretty open. So before I go into this, I'm going to spray a little bit on that side. Hopefully I don't mess it up. Don't forget to like the video. Which one? We're going to let that dry a little bit. I want to make sure we get some of those metal connections, because if water comes in contact... Ooh. I almost just messed up my Purdy GPU. And I would have had to like clean it off. That would have sucked. Alright, so I think we're going to have to do something to prop this up. Let that dry a tiny bit. Because you don't want it to just drip off, because then it will get into certain areas. Like right here. It's alright, we can take alcohol and get that off. We got a little bit of overspray on there. Not that bad though. To be honest, overspray on there is actually a good, easy... Doesn't really mess things up. Actually, that's not a good thing to do. Let's take the cap. Alright. So what's going on? Don't forget to not tape the kingpin. I know this is... I'm going to totally make it so it's pretty, right? So, we're going to keep the kingpin in there. Spray it in the lid and use a Q-tip to dab on it. That's a good idea. We don't really need to do it, though. Gotta make sure it's nice and pretty, right? Who uses Q-tips? Who doesn't use Q-tips, broski? How do you clean your ears? Or clean your rear? I don't know, that just got weird. Just saying. Alright. Alright. What we're gonna do, we're almost done. Oh yeah, we're gonna do the KP. Because we didn't do it on the front side. King Slacker! Oh, what did you say? Oh, I like more? That will cost extra? We want to block this off so we don't get any stuff in the hose. Alright, I think we're going good. Well, get it a little bit better. The one thing you really... you can always peel this stuff off. But the main thing you really want to do is protect those slots, because that's like the major spot that you cannot get out. So that's the one you really got to worry about. So everything else, yeah, not so much. We can always redo everything else, so. Oh yeah. Slacking. We got to make a pretty KP, right? So... How long do you think it will take for the card to come out that would dethrone the Titan? Did you say 10? Depends on when NVIDIA wants to. That's one of the things that why I can't stand NVIDIA. If AMD were to come out, like how they're doing the Intel, if AMD would come out and do a card like that, you would see NVIDIA come out with a card. Actually, I think we're just going to go like this. There we go. 2080 has already dethroned the 1080. I know, I think he meant 2080 Ti. Thanks, broski. I'm glad you guys are here. We're just insulating this card. We already destructed or deconstructed the card. Now I'm insulating it so that way we can do some liquid nitrogen. Don't even start getting into these stuff about why do we do liquid nitrogen. Because why not? Alright. See, the one thing with that question is when it's going to dethrone, it's whenever NVIDIA feels like it. Because they're the one who are the leaders and that are pretty much in control of everything. I'm really actually kind of excited to see what Intel will do, because I think, I don't know, I really don't see AMD competing in the GPU market. I would like to see Intel in there. That way we kind of see some craziness like we're seeing with the CPU side, right? So, well, who knows? It's a good question, though. There's just something about the plastic dip, man. It makes it look like cool as hell. So what are we up to on likes? We got 186 viewers right now and only 136 likes. What kind of smack is that, huh? Alright, so we're getting here. We're almost done. See how the front side's doing. Looks so pretty. Almost looks factory, huh? We're not trying to make it too perfect. We want to make sure it's functional. You know what I'm saying? Our people at AMD are calling Big Navi NVIDIA killer. Yeah. Listen. Do I want to see AMD come out with a heavy killer? Hell fucking yeah. But I doubt it. AMD hype is a little strong on that one, I think. It would be interesting to see. It would be really interesting to see, to be honest. I'd be extremely excited. You know I would totally bench the shit out of that. Because you know what's going to happen? If AMD even does do it, guess who's going to come out with a new card right after? Who are the 5 people that gave a thumbs down? They're all haters. Let's see. We'll give it another spray coat. Usually the back of the GPU is really where you want to get in. Because that's where you're going to see a bunch of stuff. If they weren't sitting on their hands, they could produce a good GPU, but it won't beat NVIDIA. I don't know. I really wish they would do something. Does it say discussion going on in the bot forums? Thoughts? Have you seen the Benchmate Geekbench discussion going on in the bot forums? You know, I was really waiting for somebody to bring this up. We'll go over that in a second. PC419, thanks for the 20 bucks, dude. Support for the live streams. If you're at Computex next year, we'll try to catch up for an interview. I am a PC hardware reviewer from Australia. Dino's mate. That's Slacker. Yeah, dude, come by. I'm always at Computex, so come by, say hi. We'll maybe have a beer or something. Who knows? But I appreciate the support, broski. Yeah, because GPUs can be built with more CUDA core. Hopefully Intel comes up with a good flagship. I think it'll be Vega all over. Exactly. Dude, I think you nailed it right there. I think it will be Vega all over again. Oh, jeez. You always really want to get in the black. Buried, I don't know what's with you, bro. Terrible. Well, here's the thing. I could have made this card white, right? But then it would look like a Galaxy card, and we can't do that. No, we got to go with the black and gold. You know what? I should have went gold, because you know what's cool about Plastidip too, is that you can pretty much get any other. I mean, we could do a pink one if we want to, which is cool. Pink's the new black. If you didn't get that. Braid 1. Not saying it wouldn't work, but it will just throttle like other Macs. What the hell are we talking about here? So anyway, so to get in about that Geekbench debacle. If you notice some of the benches, what I did is I was really worried about that RTC bug. If you change any B clock in the OS, you will get a clock timer skew. That's one of the reasons why when AMD was showing statistics for the 16 core and the 12 core, I asked, where's the screenshots? Where's the proof? What are you doing? Like, that's one of the reasons. If you see my video on calling out the AMD hype, if you're gonna claim records, you need to show proof that it's not a cheat. And it's not that their intention is to cheat. That's not the intention. It's the knowledge of knowing what could happen if something happens. And it's more on the Microsoft side on this when it comes to that bug. But using Benchmate is definitely a good thing to do. I probably should do like just something on that. Maybe I should talk to him he's a buddy of mine. He's a good dude. I highly recommend using Benchmate if you want to do any type of benching. We need something like that, and to be honest, I'm really surprised that it's taken this long to come up with something like Benchmate, because there's a lot of people that like to cheat, and I have no idea why you'd want to cheat in the first place. This is computers. If you really need to cheat, you're kind of pathetic. That's just basically what it comes down to. There's been a lot of cheaters over there. I mean, when it comes to prizes and stuff, I can understand. But yeah, we need to basically eliminate any type of BS that's going on to make sure. I mean, like Photoshop, stuff like that, like these timer bugs, we need to fix that. And Benchmate pretty much solves all of that, which is mad props to him. for doing that and making Benchmate. So I don't know if you guys, I support it fully. Most likely for G Skill next year, we are going to use Benchmate in the contest itself. It was just released before we did the contest, so we didn't have enough time to put it in there and make sure that it's all good. But next year we're definitely going to be doing that. So, what do you think about the EVGA Pro Dual GPU coming out with the new Mac Pro? It's a Mac Pro. Who cares, right? No, like, to be honest, I really don't even like talking about the Macs because it's overpriced. I'd rather have some type of... I'd rather use a Windows box. I can use Mac stuff. I've supported a lot of Mac laptops. I've had a bunch of Mac laptops. But the MacBook Pros are just way overly expensive. You just can't justify the price of them. I mean, they look nice, they're pretty, but the functionality, you're going to get way more for when you basically go and build yourself. So, alright, we should be dry now, so let's peel the tape. Because remember, I don't want it to, because when you're peeling off, you got to be careful. If you do it when it's completely dry, you could peel it off, and then you got to spray again, and it makes the whole process pointless. So, let's see how pretty the KP is, right? Oh, I don't know. I think I waited too long. Or maybe just not. There you go. We're kingpinned. It's funny, when I'm at Computex, I always, I love to do that to other vendors. I call it kingpinned. So basically, I'll take a kingpin sticker and stick it on somebody's back without them knowing. It's pretty funny. I got pictures from all the other vendors over the years. I've been doing it for the past couple of years. Oh, damn it, we ripped a little piece off there. That's okay, it's not going to hurt anything. But yeah. Looks bench ready to me. Sweetness. So, I can actually say that it's pretty much ready for liquid nitrogen now. The only problem is we need to let it dry some more. So, it's a little bit difficult to go... well, I usually like it to sit for about 24 hours. The reason why is there's spots underneath that take a long time to dry. Move it over. Man, look at that core goodness. So I think what we're going to end up doing is we're going to have to bench this on air. I think maybe a small stream on benching it with air or on the AIO is probably in order before we do liquid nitrogen. Just to see how, if anything's affected by putting the plasti dip on, just to show you the normal. I usually don't push it too much after I plasti dip, but I kind of want to see a little bit what it does. But you'll see on certain sections, I don't know if you can see it, if it goes into the camera as well, but there's some wet spots like by the core, and I really want that to dry before it does anything. You can see, I don't know if it's easily viewable, but we're gonna let that dry. Thanks for the support, King Tilly. Rock on, my brother. Oh yeah. Alright, so I think what we're gonna do, I guess we can BS for a little bit, but the card's pretty much done. We're gonna let this sit. I think maybe what we'll do is, maybe on the next stream, we'll lap. You see this, one of the things that a lot of people don't talk about, right? Now this is definitely some warranty breaking stuff I'm talking about here now. So you see this, if you actually rub your finger around on the core itself, whoa, dirty. No. But if you rub your finger on there, it's actually raised. And if we want to get some good thermals on it, we need to soften that up. So a lot of the hardcore guys like to lap it a little bit. I usually like to lap it a decent amount so that way the letters are not raised and the paste basically keeps it up. So I think maybe we'll have to do a video on that. We're not going to do that right now because it gets a little bit messy and it's pretty dangerous too, so you kind of want to not do it too much, if you know what I'm saying. I think what else I want to kind of do... No, I think that's it. Some guys like to put some liquid electrical tape in here on these caps. We could do it. I don't know. The problem is it usually never stays. And I really don't want it on top of here. I just want it in there. So, I don't know. Thinking... we could just probably leave it like that. I think I'll just put paste over there just to kind of keep it from doing anything. But yeah. So that's basically installation method for a GPU. We're going to let it sit for about 24 hours. Go outside to watch fire. Cali's burning again. Man, Cali always has fires, bro. Awesome, broski. Well, good luck, man. Don't get burnt, dude. So, this is basically insulating a card. I mean, there's not much to it. It's just kind of really just using detail and kind of going through and making sure it's good, so... yeah, Cali is California. You must not be from the USA if you're asking that. Because that's a pretty typical thing to say. Let's see. Put this over here. Yeah, so we're going to let this sit for 24 hours, and we'll just BS a little bit here, but there's not much else to talk about for the card-wise. Some plans. We're going to bench this puppy on liquid nitrogen. I kind of want to get to the point. I really don't like the raised letters on here. So I think I might just sand them down a little bit. Because what happens is, like, you'll see, if you put a cooler on it, what it does is it basically will transfer it and mess up your pot. So I really need to lap my pot too. My icon pot is a little dirty. I'll show you what I mean. Hold on. That was almost bad. So I've lapped it a little bit. If you look at the pot, so what happens is on here, let me just wipe it off. It's dirty. I usually leave paste on it because it's copper and it usually doesn't do anything if it's copper. Or basically it will clean it. Because when copper basically sits out and air gets to it, it basically oxidizes. Alright, so usually when I mount the pot, right? You'll see on here, those numbers will actually transfer on here. It scratches it. So that's a problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually sand that down. I don't think we're going to do it right now because I don't want to get any of the like little pieces, like the top pieces here. Because you got to basically spray it out and then always basically sand it and then spray it out and then sand it. So I think what we'll do is we'll end up just benching it like this and then we'll go through it to see what kind of difference it does. So I'm always breaking everything, broski. Oh, rock and roll. Great live stream. Thanks, broski. So, I don't know. I think that's pretty much it for today. Hope you guys learned a lot. And if you guys are scared to put the cooler on, I mean, what's cool is now is if I want to bench this on water, I'll just put the two coolers on. And then basically just put the plate back on and bench it. I mean, you don't really need that whole outer cover. I mean, it's always good to have, but yeah, so that's it. That's some sexiness right there, huh? Woo! That's the kingpin for you. Was it upside down? So it will be like this. Oh yeah, actually, I was right the first time. See the killing me. Ooh, the kingpin. All right, broskies. I'm gonna go slack the rest of the day. Go do a bunch of stuff on in my garage to get it all ready so that way we can do lots more goodness. I appreciate you guys being here. Remember, if you want to go support, you can always be on my Discord and Patreon. We have a good little group over there now of Patreon subscribers. Depending on how much you do, you can get a free shirt that way. Obviously, nothing's free in this world, but it's awesome to be on Patreon because then you get to work with me and doing a bunch of different stuff. It's always fun. I'm pretty active on there, pretty much there every day. Some days I get really busy and I can't get on there, but I try to get on there as much as possible. You can also buy Bearded Hardware shirts. I finally had the time to finish it up and get all the leftover ones that need to go out. So if you want a shirt, they're coming. I swear they're coming. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So remember, go to beardedhardware.com for shirts. You guys rock. Appreciate the support. We're going to be doing a bunch more streams now, so I thank you guys, and I will see you soon. Slagger out.